Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming today. We're here to meet on the site security portion of our license scoring system process that we're working on. Today, we have two from the legal team here in the Missouri Department of Health. We have Chief Legal Counsel Richard Moore, and we have Legal Counsel Steve Deerhoff with us today. And I'll let the panel go ahead and introduce themselves.
Jim Arnott, Greene County Sheriff.
Mike Halford, Field Operations of the Highway Patrol.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming and helping us with this important procedure. As all of you know, Amendment 2, the Missouri Department of Health, was the department assigned to implement the program for medical marijuana for Missouri. And part of that in the amendment included a section on making sure that we, on the application for licenses, that we come up with a scoring system. And this is what we're working on. So this is our 9th out of 10 advisory committee meetings. We'll have another one tomorrow, and it will be at the governor's office building at 9 o'clock in the morning. It will be dealing with the business plan section. All of those 10 categories were spelled out in the amendment. So with that, I'll turn it over to Richard Moore.
All right. As Linda said, the Constitution provides 10 topics of which we may ask questions on. There may be questions for the committee members' benefit. There may be questions that you might like to see more on. They are likely to be included in one of the other topics that we've already established. As well, I should let you realize that the Constitution and the draft rules have other minimum requirements in place. So if a minimum requirement is established in one of those other two places, then we're not asking for details on that. We're trying to figure out how they will exceed those minimum requirements. So with that, I'll read each question, give the committee opportunity to give their thoughts on whether the question is appropriate, and if not, how they would like to see it modified. We will go through the question. We'll then ask you to give us some guidance on what you believe the importance level of that question is, and we'll do it on the following scale. 1 is slightly important, 2 is important, 3 is highly important, and 4 is critically important. We'll do that for every question, and once we get to the end, we'll take a vote to approve all of the questions as you all have modified. So any questions on that?
No.
All right. Let's begin with the first question. 76. Describe your security plan, including staffing at the facility. Thoughts on the question? All right. As far as weighting, the department recommended either important or highly important. What's your thoughts on that?
3.
I'm going with a 3 also.
Question 77. Will your security exceed the minimum requirements established by rule in regard to parking lots and building exterior? If so, how? Question mark.
No concerns.
Okay. The department recommends either slightly important or important. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm with a 1 slightly.
I went with a 2. But I'll go with 1.
1. All right. Question 78. Will your security exceed the minimum requirements established by rule in regard to interior public spaces where an agent identification card is not required for access? If so, how? So to maybe flush that out a little bit more, the facility, you'll walk into the facility and there will be an exterior area where you do not have to have an agent ID card to get into. There will then have the requirement to either have the ability to go into the purchase area where you can talk to staff of the facility on a kind of one-on-one type basis and make any purchases you would like, and then leave the facility. And then the third area is basically the back room of the facility itself, where storage is done as far as a dispensary set up. If we're talking about a cultivation or a manufacturer type establishment, it would be the public area in the front, and then you'd have to have an agent ID card to get into the back where either it's grown or manufactured.
No issues with the question.
Okay.
None.
The department recommends either slightly important to important. Your thoughts on that?
I'm with important 2.
2.
So this is the other half of that scenario. Question 79. Will your security exceed the minimum requirements established by rule in regard to interior non-public spaces where an agent identification card is required for access? If so, how?
No issues with the question.
None.
Okay, the department recommends either slightly important to important. Thoughts on that?
I'm again with a 2.
I would go with 2.
Okay. Question 80, will your security exceed the minimum requirements established by rule in regard to marijuana containment, comma, if so, how, question mark?
Good with the question.
Good with the question.
The department recommends either slightly important to important.
I'm at a 2.
I'm also at a 2.
Question 81, will your security exceed the minimum requirements established by rule in regard to surveillance, comma, if so, how, question mark?
Good with the question.
Okay, the department recommends slightly important to important.
Important, 2.
2.
Question 82, describe the methods of screening and monitoring employees.
Okay with the question.
Department recommends highly important to critically important.
I'm at a 4.
I'm at a 4 also critically.
Question 83, describe the methods of maintaining chain of custody, including training.
Good with the question.
The department recommends highly important to critically important.
Critically important, 4.
4.
Question 84, will the facility utilize security signage to warn of trespassing, comma, searches, comma, and badge requirements, question mark?
Good with it.
Yep. Also good with it.
The department recommends slightly important.
Yes.
Question 85, will the facility have a procedure for notification of lost access cards, comma, termination of lost card access and subsequent reissuance?
Good with the question.
Okay. The department recommends slightly important to important.
I'm good with.
I'm at a 1.
Also at the 1.
Are there any other questions the committee feels are appropriate for us to be asking in this topic?
I don't have any.
I do not.
All right. With that, would all those in favor of accepting the questions as amended and approved by the committee say aye?
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes have it. That concludes our hearing. We appreciate your efforts on this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I failed to mention at the beginning my name. I'm Wendell Fraker, the director for the section of medical marijuana regulation with the Missouri Department of Health and Human Services. We're official now. Thank you all. Come back in the morning at 9 at the governor's office if you like.